How are you finding our city? Is it not wondrous? Be careful on your travels.
What can I do?
Mind yourself in the sewers. A majority of the tunnels are safe for travel, but accidents can. Lawbreakers in Idilla do not enjoy the luxury of internment. All lawbreakers are immediately subjected to combat. It may seem severe, but we are a wise people. None have had need to test this punishment. Least, if you require supplies, the concourse market...
You bear the circlet of Arcades. Then the wreath is almost complete. The foundation is gold with runes of prayer, as I said. Now, it must be woven with blood and toil. The colossi furnish the foundation and nature furnishes the trappings. The laurels of the wreath are not crafted, but earned. We seek Teryx veins. Once they are ours, once the wreath is complete, the ritual of atonement can begin. I take it you have encountered a Teryx before. Likely the mongrel, carrion-eating scavengers that plague us. They are a common foe. We seek the veins of the Alpha Teryx. They are fierce and proud, all that is wild. To prove to the gods the righteousness of our faith, then we must conquer a mighty foe. They will serve. The gods sent you to bear witness to our atonement. To do that, we must complete the wreath of absolution. The wreath is made from the large feathers, the veins of the Teryx Alphas. They live in Eris to the south. We are so close now.
You must be the Becky.
Yes, beckoned.
When we came to this land, I thought it was...
Anacatus walks among us, and the citizens are awed. This act seems small to you, Beckoned.
I will crush the tiny one. You must be the one I've been hearing so much talk about. The one that has been beckoned by Athene. You are truly someone special. Special enough that perhaps you could help me with a task that has been of great concern to me. I seek to restore this shrine, so that the patrols of the shrine carries the blessings of the gods, relaying them to special litanies. However, the magics of the shrine have worn out, but it can be repaired. With 5 of these litanies, the shrine is a conduit of the god. But the blessings of this shrine could be the shrine has lost its magic. Thank you, friend. I would 5. Yes, 5 litanies should hold enough magic to restore the altar to working condition. Gather. They are scattered throughout the teeth of Naros. I could not say their exact locations. This place is crawling with vicious beasts beckoned. We have always known that in our darkest times, the god... I am a loyal follower of Secandra and the Colossi Guard. This small shrine acts as a conduit of the god's power. It uses only small portions. We came to this land years ago, but I cannot shake this feeling that, despite our the city is strong and beautiful. Be careful on your travels.
And so this Myru gifted them with Apothane heart, and the newly born Colossi found deliverance. And with the gods once more upon the mount, so did they surge towards the teeth of Naros, towards majesty.
Your prophet leads us to glory in your name. Blessed is the way of Kraos.
You are weak.
We are here. That is good. I feel hope stirring in my veins once more. It is the prospect of reconciliation that has granted me a second youth. Come. We must kill the alphas of each eyrie. With their veins in hand, we shall fulfill the gods' wishes. The Teryx eyries lie in the wilds of the teeth of Naros, to the south of the city. We need not look far to find one. But while there are many lesser Teryx here, we seek only the plumage of their strongest and brightest. These are the true challenge. They are vicious beasts, wild and strong. The alphas, our quarry, are particularly feared. Salvation awaits. Feel Balin's embrace! Come. Circlet must be... Thus we begin. And as we harvest these trophies, you shall learn the journey the Colossi have taken to get here. Once we were but savages, no better than the other giant kin. We were called Myru, and to that identity we were chained, until one day, Athene spoke to us. She spoke of a destiny and greatness that was not ours, but could be. She showed us the path of ascension, and we followed it here, to the teeth of Naros. No, we are far from the homeland of our ancestors. Undoubtedly the gods wished us to renounce our savage history. It was necessary. Though the Jotun and Etin once regarded us as kin, they grew jealous of us, of the strength we gained from the gods' favor. Tensions rose to war. It was a sign from Athene to my people to seek a new homeland, where the bounty of her wisdom could be harvested eternally. Salvation. Feel my wrath! Feel my wrath! Feel my wrath! We wandered the teeth of Naros in search of the homeland we were promised. And when hope seemed lost, we found the Hyperion. It was a divine artifact. No mortal hand could have crafted it, a massive stone, alone in the wilderness, with the image of a floating city engraved upon its surface. At the city's heart was the Hyperion itself. We knew then Athene was tasking us to craft this wondrous city, to form a covenant. But we betrayed that ideal. To test our worthiness, the gods have strewn throughout Amalur riddles, puzzles, and challenges. Answering them demonstrates our greatness. The Hyperion is one such challenge. Perhaps the greatest of them. And though we discovered it years before, we still do not have the answer. We must act. Feel my wrath! Feel my wrath! Feel Balin's embrace! In the end, the city rose, but the Hyperion did not follow. The heart of the city remained unmoved. That we could not abide. My predecessor, Arches, sought to force the Hyperion up, but the Hyperion rejected him, killing him and his followers, and sealed itself away. Our work here is concluded. As a show of thanks, take this helm. Once reserved for our strongest fighters, it is only fitting you receive it. It is a riddle carved of stone that the gods left for us. It shows a city of the clouds, with the Hyperion itself floating at its heart. It was a covenant the gods wished to form with us, to raise Idylla and the Hyperion with it. But the riddle is difficult, and we have no answer for it. I must make the gods see that my people can be redeemed for the faults of Arches. With the wreath in hand, I can conduct a ritual of atonement. As you bear the cipher, the conduit to the gods, you will bear witness. Come, we must conduct this ceremony at the site of our original transgression. Let us go to the Hyperion. If it will not, then why were you brought to me? To give pretense to salvation, to raise our hopes, only to crush them with failure? I know the gods of my forerunners. They would not flaunt the answer to their riddle. Now come. This is not a ritual in a traditional sense. We must go to the Hyperion, which lies beneath the city of Idylla. It is the site of our great sin, and to be the site of our great absolution. We must act.
By the magnificent graces of Athene, a city was built upon gloried heights. So stood Idylla in bountiful tribute, a colossi bastion, the virtue of the Uranos.
We build this for you, Athene. We build this for you, our blessed goddess.
You must be the beckoned, the blessed visitor from an unknown land. But perhaps, if you have the strength to reach these lands alone, then you are strong enough to aid me. I have been studying the trolls in the area and have seen something of... They are curious, for as long as we have been... I lack the strength to face the magics of these urns, but Athene is in your... Thank you for your help with this. The ashes contained in those urns are too imposing and indignant, but those that remain have started digging. For what? I would prefer to stay within the sturdy... This is the homeland of the trolls, so to... Mind the trolls if you can. But perhaps I lack the strength to face. Thank you for your help with it. But those that remain, however, you will be able to feel the dark magic when you are... Mind the trolls if you can.
There is so much talk of gods and faith in Idylla. But out here, I feel as though it is only me on this mission. Alone or no, someone must try to fulfill these goals. Perhaps my gods will help, but the teeth of Naros is a very dangerous place. Hello there.
Yet tragedy befell these giants, as in trying to force the Hyperion upwards, Athene was angered and made her rage known. And so the life was driven from some, the faith from many.
Forgive our trespasses, and bless us with wisdom, Athene the all-knowing, in whose name we pray.
Who wanders into my camp? What is this? So it's true then. The Bacchant has come. This is my home, but not for much longer. I moved out here to reconnect with my roots, you see. My heritage as a giant race. However, my time on my own has come to an end. I am ready to take the next step and go and live amongst the Jotun of the Teeth of Naros. There are only loose ends that need to be taken care of, but I have sworn off Idylla for all days I have left. Karunk was my chief concern with me trying to move in with the Jotun. Now that he is dead, it seems to be the perfect time to do this. The logical step is that I must live among the Jotun. Yes, I do. I have lived on my own in this abandoned Jotun camp long enough. Would you? I will reward you for your help. I want for my family ring, currently in the hand, but perhaps most of all, I want you to find my wife, Corina. I would like you to bring her here to me. I once tried to forge peace between the Jotun and the Colossi. I have taken to living in this old camp to try and enjoy it as I can. The Jotun have wronged the Colossi in the past, but the Colossi have a shared history with them. It was right to grant them mercy. There's not really enough space in this camp for two.
My assistant has returned. Stay safe. Traveling Mozilla? You destroyed all the urns? What a relief! Their dark magic will no longer be... You can withstand these magics. Perhaps you can make use of this artifact I've uncovered. There were tomes and prayers written in your honor centuries ago. Oh, already?
Journeying the teeth of Naros? Hello there, Beckoned. Been travelling in the teeth of Naros? I am a diplomat, so to speak. The marauders were once thinking, feeling colossi. This is Histus's research. So that must mean he is preparing to go live with the Jotun. I cannot say I completely agree with Histus's methods, but I can respect his intent with his research. Thank you, Beckoned. Wish him the best for me. Histus is a dear friend of mine, formerly a peer, but as we tried to build ties with the Jotun, well, things turned. Farewell.
Good to see you, Beckoned. Go, place them at the litany altar, and it will activate the magic of all the other litanies throughout the Teeth of Naros. Be careful on your travels. Now that you have placed the litanies at the litany altar and activated their magic, any other litanies you may come across will be helpful to you. Here is one I found while you were searching for the 5 to place at the litany. Thank you for your help, Beckoned. You've restored the magic of the shrine. Be careful on your travels.
How may I serve? How goes the search for my Galatea? Yes. And how was it? Was it unharmed? That statue is my wife, Galatea, so to speak. In truth, my wife is dead, murdered by a monstrous troll named Kern years before. I carved that statue to remember her by. Every year on the anniversary of her death, I work on it more so that I'd never forget her face. But even that has been denied me. So the only solace I have left is knowing my wife's killer is dead. Find Kern, Beckoned, and bring his end for me. Please. My wife was killed by a troll down in the water. But as I am forbidden to leave the city, on your way now. Kern isn't go back to the Warren and search for him there. That is where he Goodbye.
What brings the Beckoned to me? You have seen Histus? I have not heard from him in so long. I was worried something had happened to him. What business has he sent you on? Histus has made his decision to live in the Teeth of Naros and study the Jotun, just as I have made my decision to stay in Idylla. My place is here, As comforting as it is to have word of him, I will not be following my husband. Tread carefully if you are heading into the sewers.
And you return to me. I hope you are finding this work well.
I hope
Many greetings, stranger. How goes the search for... Yes. And how... That statue is my... I carved that... But even that has been denied. Go back to the Warren and... My wife was killed by... But as I am forbid... Goodbye.
What brings the beckoned? You have seen Histus? What business has he sent you? That fool! He is as oblivious and idealistic as the day I took him for my husband. Very well, I will see him after straightening out some affairs. I understand that you and she have met. She is powerful, is she not? Truly a paragon of might and virtue. If you require supplies, the concourse...
You have come again. Is there any... Very well. I shall endeavor to reward you for your labors.
The peace.
Beckoned? It seems my preconceptions were off. But I still need your divine aid. The plague spreads. I have worked on this city, but this work of art is besmirched. By try as I might, I cannot best the scourge. But I have pinpointed a much-traveled route. Find the levers that act. When you see the rats pass below, simply pull. Once I hunted the rats that plague us. Though I rest, I wish you well. Many greetings.
Do you bring news from below? My brother? I would hardly consider Histus family anymore. He left that behind when he turned his back. What business has he sent you on, Beckoned? I suppose I have been rather hard on Histus. If he feels this is his calling, then I should support him as family. The ring is in my chest over there. Here is the key to open it. With my brother, indisposing himself, it falls to me. Do not trouble me with such talk. I know this. Yes, farewell.
I hope you have done well. Greetings. I hope you have had some good luck in your search.
I expected the beckoned would arrive.
Who's there? So you have completed the tasks. Well, there is no... Well, the Jotun go with bare feet, so I will as well. Take my sandals, beckoned. They may be of some use to you. Perhaps you are right. The Jotun are not exactly the most reasonable of creatures when it comes to outsiders. I suppose I could wait and observe them a bit longer before I make an attempt to live with them. Thank you for your help, beckoned. You truly speak with the wisdom of Athene. Most find it completely inhospitable. Yes, the plants are unpalatable, and the beasts cunning. But you can't expect nature to offer you wine and sweets if all you do is ask. Goodbye.
You have slain Kern. I now have the peace of mind to know that my wife's murderer is no longer around to torment her grave. I cannot thank you enough. I have little of my own, but take these. The gauntlets I wore when I first started carving stone. May they I miss her every day. But there is some small comfort in knowing that her death has been avenged. On your way. Now.
Would you like something to help with flesh wounds? The terror below the city. I have potions for every need. I shall endeavor to fix anything you bring me, Beckoned. Everything one requires, one will find in the concourse market. I was one of the first to settle in Idylla. Many pine for our home of old, but not me. My days as a guard are behind me, but I farewell.
Watch your step in the con.
Beckoned. I was told that you and the Primos are allowed to enter. By all means, this structure behind me is the holiest site in these lands. I can speak no more of it. I am sorry. I do not doubt that the Primos is loved by the gods. When the rest toiled in futility, he raised the whole of Idylla. Truly it was a miracle. They are colossi who have witnessed the holiness of Anokatos and sworn oaths to serve his every will. The garb they wear reminds themselves of our savage past, and how they are unworthy of all things, even the act of speech. Hence their name. I am a humble guardian of this complex, here to...
You have come, good. We stand in a ground once hallowed beyond all things, now tainted by the excommunication of my people. Ever since that terrible day when arrogance and desperation brought about the disfavor of the gods, my followers have tended this place. Now come. We shall go to the antechamber of the Hyperion, the very spot where the sins of the Colossi were answered. The antechamber is the flawed design of Arches. It was the means by which he sought to force the Hyperion to join the city. It was to do so using the spark of divine magic Athene placed into each of us, that these fragments combined would create a force equal to that of a god. Such power was never meant to be wielded by the unworthy. The energies struck back at Arches, and the many assembled in his chamber, killing them. Come, Beckoned. Much was ruined in that dark hour. The magics holding the paths together were unbound. Only the cipher can reorder such magics. Press ahead and set the path. We are almost done, Beckon. This mural is to celebrate the great triumph of my city floats. It is nothing without the Hyperion at its heart. If you were curious, I could... Again, we find the way barred. I'm afraid I need your help once more. We are almost done, Beckon. Come. We have reached it. Beyond that stone is the Hyperion, the gift of the gods, the symbol of a covenant concluded. It rests out of reach, waiting for the day when the gods forgive our trespass, when they find us worthy again. Until now, I feared such a day would not come. We should begin. The gods visited this room once before. It seems only fit that you occupy their position. I will take my place where Arceus once stood. Long before, Arceus dared grasp the power of the gods, and was in you the gods visit this chamber once more. You shall stand where they appear, and I shall stand where Arceus stood, and bore the brunt of their imminent will. We are so close now. to them after all this time. I bear witness to their confirmation. You have done so well, Beckoned, to bring the cipher to me, and to let me use its strength. With you I can do what Arcas could not, command the Hyperion. This chamber harnesses the magic needed to control the Hyperion. But before you appeared with the cipher, no force was sufficient. I knew that when we first met, when I first sensed the cipher, that I could unseal the Hyperion and command its power. Why else would the gods furnish you, whom I needed most in my lowest hour? The gods have found my people unworthy of the gifts offered us. So, using the Hyperion, I will see Idylla destroyed. The wicked will be purged. And once the city falls, I will reforge the ruins in an image the gods find acceptable. I'm sorry, Beckoned, but you must be a martyr for my cause.
With your gods. May the heavens refuse you.
Beckoned. What has happened? Why are Onakatos' acolytes attacking us? What is he doing with the Hyperion? Destroy Idylla? No. That zealous fool! Have the loss of his gods driven him to such despair to use... We must make our way from this place. Take this shield. One of my soldiers dropped it when the silent choir ambushed us. How if we cannot reach him? We must make for the surface, and hope that the Primos has lost his senses. If he thinks his actions will return the love of the gods, he's gone mad with grief. Curse the gods for leaving the thing here. Anakatos will use it to kill all of us. Farewell. What can I do? I hear you. Anakatos has sealed himself in with the Hyperion, and his silent choir will lay down their... I do not know what to do, Beckoned. I have defended my people from beasts and disasters, but nothing like this. Of course, I will not let... I know we have the strength we need inside, but Anakatos has sealed himself in the Hyperion antechamber. Without the cipher, Anakatos was clever by exploiting your power. The cipher must be the key to unlocking the Hyperion, and he has broken it. But that is the one thing my people have been unable to do since we first came here. Only the Primos would know enough about the riddle for us to even try. Anakatos and his silent choir had a monastic retreat in the wilderness, Nyxaros. If we need his knowledge, we best start our search there. It is an old portion of the city that was never raised up. It was supposed to be a shrine of quiet contemplation. Now it is the refuge of Anakatos' silent choir. The complex rest. Very well. What can I do? I won't hold back! We cannot waste time. There does not appear to be much here, but we should try near the shrine of Athene. Anakatos prizes her above all else. I would wager he keeps his secrets with her. Farewell.
Anakatos, make this record in penance for my disappointment of the supreme goddess Athene, in hopes that I may return to her favor, so that I could help my people find her strength once more. I have committed several acts that may have angered her, and now I purge myself of them so I might find...
We cannot waste time. Very well. I hear you.
Beckoned. Not time. Seek. Primus. Below.
I am afraid we have dishonored my master, Arches. He is a pious man who has always sought to serve, and we used the power of his position to force us on the true path without his knowledge. Slavery, oppression, pain, all I used to mold them into what is deemed worthy.
Hold a moment. These are bodies of colossi. Wait! I recognize some faces. Belfron. Armandia. These were great colossi, all viable competitors for the role of Primos. I do not like the implications of this. Very well.
In this confession I shall tell of how my master was brought nearly to his death. Arches failed Athene in our mission to bring her servants to a devout state that would be worthy of her power and wisdom. At my behest he sought the Hyperion force to the sky to earn our recognition. The ensuing eruption of Athene's wrath killed...
Trespassers, you are too late! The council already lies dying in the torture chambers, and the Jotun slaves will soon be butchered as the master ordered. Come, brothers and sisters.
Beckoned. I found this in our struggle. No doubt some form of torture device. But your strength can apply it for good. Now to decipher what the cultist said. But there are also the slaves. They will be killed if we don't save them. But if the council is dying, we must choose who we see to first. The council must be important. Something that could help us find a flaw in his plan, perhaps, or learn more about the cipher in the Hyperion. I do not know what the council is, but I have had enough surprises today. I only hope that we can find it of use. I do not believe so. The council is dying. I am unsure who we should be trying to help, but you are the beckoned of Athene. So decide. Do we go to the slave pens and help the slaves? Or do we go to the torture chambers to try to find Anakatos' council before it dies? I can only imagine what labors Anakatos had them perform. Farewell. I hear you. Ahead are the torture chambers, it seems. Anakatos' council lies on this path. Follow it.
Heaven refuse you.
What can I do?
Finally the day has come. The wait has been long and nearly unbearable. But at last, you are here. Before my strength has fled me. Ever since the day I brought ruin to my people, I thought this burden was my punishment. It seems I have not survived for my sake, but for yours. It is a joy to see you beckoned. I have much to tell you, and I do not have much time left. I am Arcas. Once I was the primos of the Colossi, but no longer. It is what Anokatos calls me. For though his faith runs deep, his knowledge of the gods' will is malformed. You must have seen the travesties this false prophet has wrought in the name of my people. And now, the Hyperion is his. We must focus on the Hyperion. The gods brought you here because you can answer the riddle of my people's fate. You, and you alone. Yes, you and it both. For without you, the cipher cannot be of use. And without it, your power cannot be harnessed. For the riddle of my people's future is one the gods themselves cannot answer. Fate is obeyed by all. By all. Except for you. More than that. It was Anokatos who insisted we build the antechamber. That we try and force the Hyperion to rise. It, in desperate times, his thought made sense. But when I brought the wrath of the gods down, only he and I survived. He dragged me, broken, to his domain, and kept me on the edge of life, so he could learn the wisdom of the Primos. The power to change fate. That is the role of the beckoned. To serve the gods and unbind my people. But Anokatos schemes. Though he will not receive the favor of Athene, he is not ready for the Hyperion. He will bring destruction. It is too soon. But I have left the answers long before. Find Sikandra. Ask her about our last day. And tell her I am sorry.
Arcades. I had always... He had died. He had died years ago when the gods rebuked him and our people. It was truth. Anokatos had him alive and tortured. I watched him die years before. All that was left of him was a circlet. A circlet. There was much he should have answered for in his lifetime. But what we saw in Nyxaros, he didn't deserve it. He didn't. Our last day. The day... Could it mean the last day that I saw him? The last day we spoke, before the Hyperion tragedy. He asked me to escort him through the wilds, to the shrines outside the city, the shrines of earth and air. He told me to remember them when times seem bleak. I thought nothing of it, but could he have known about this? About now? I once thought that faith was what would ruin my people, the thing that would distract them from their happiness. But I see now, it is apathy. To not care for our people, that is Anokatos' sin. As I thought it was our cases before him. But this is so much larger. Larger than I ever thought. An Arcase. He always knew that I would be here. He must have always known. It is an ancient place high in the teeth of Nar, but we need answers, not more riddles. Let us unravel this as quickly. I don't know why Arcase. I was expecting answers from Nix. The task is clear. My head! Can you feel it? Something is wrong. This magic. Anakatos has done something. We must return to the city. We might be too late. Farewell. Come. Something grave is happening. Be cautious in these lands.
I struggle to keep sweet Arcais alive so that I may find in him the knowledge and power of the Primos, and in doing so can find the answer I needed to bring myself, my people, to perfection, to regain the goodwill of the great goddess. Thank Athene that my followers continue my work while I tend to my master. If only there were others akin to myself, holy ones, who are resolute and hold tightly to their faith. Or had I the means to create the people the gods truly wished for, so that we finally may raise the Hyperion and bring the befouled to their ends. We would do for Athene what she most certainly demands of the wretched.
Your ignorance is... You are condemned.
Who's you? Your gods.
Your ignorance is pitiful.
The city seems intact, but still, the henge has already become disrupted. Anakatos has sealed us from the city. It is only a matter of time before he finds a way to destroy Idylla. We must find what Arcais spoke of, and quickly. Arcais requested specifically there are 2 sites in the wilderness, touched by the gods, one in the These were called the Shrines of Earth and Air. I thought nothing of them, but Arcais knew. Yes, I was young, but a talented god. Yes. The Hyperion was larger, more impressive. We have never seen its like before. It must be some divine element. I cannot say for sure, but there is more than but we have little else to act on, and with every moment the chance of It rests in the teeth of Naros, but south of the Hyperion and the city. It is nestled Be cautious in these lands.
Beckoned. Sekandra has informed us. We all felt some vile magic pass through the... lands, and now I... Fear the true trial. The city is still locked to... I fear the true trial lies ahead.
We have left Anakatos with the Hyperion for too long. We have to hurry and follow Arcais. It lays in the crags of the... We don't know why the spot was marked the way it was. The Shrine of Air is a holy... We found a stone there, the same material. Farewell.
Beckoned. Thou hast come.
I'll find these. I doubt that anyone has walked these halls since they were first shaped. I do not know for sure. The earth is dark and heavy, and dangers hide unseen. A light in this gloom is welcome. Very well. Justice is come! Let us finish this. I won't. What is it? Something feels strange, Beckoned. When you harnessed the Earth Shrine, my limbs never held more strength. You look more whole, and I can feel the magic pouring through this land already. We must be close. The Hyperion waits. It waits in the higher peaks of the Teeth of Naros. But I have a feeling that Anakatos knew that we would find them. I don't know how easy this will become, but we have to keep going. I can only imagine that is what... Come, if we need the... Very well. Let us finish this. What can I do? Must.
Time is at hand.
The path opens once more. To think that all this time we had the answer to the Hyperion, that our road to Anakatos forced us to solve this riddle, seems more than remarkable. It looked like the Hyperion in its own way. The gods, when they made the Hyperion, they must have left this as well. But it felt entirely different, like if I touched it I would suddenly collapse under my own weight. I cannot, but I remember the words Arche said. To harness the air, you must walk on the wind. Somehow this shrine will make that true. Very well. What can I do? I listen. What can I... Very well. Our final task waits. Our final task waits. The cipher is whole again. As are you. We can unseal the Hyperion that we might stop Anakatos. And we've done so much more. I thought this all was to bring Anakatos to his judgment. But I was wrong. There is much more at stake here. Communing with the Hyperion beneath the city. We have to stop him while we still can. How long have we left Anakatos to his task? And Idylla still rests. What is he doing? It was so much like the Earth Shrine, but different. When I got near, I felt so light as to be blown away. Very well.
Heretics!
The city is still locked to us. You must move quickly, Beckett.
I hear you.
May the heavens refuse you!
Embrace your death!
Refuse you!
I hear you. Let us finish this. I won't hold.
Your gods!
Justice is coming. What is it? Justice is come! If I must, then I must. If I must, then I must. I won't hold back. I listen. What? Very well.
Have finally come for the good of my people. It is time we beckoned, met, and fulfilled our roles. Do you not see Athene's intent in this? Are you still blind as to your purpose and hers? I presume that Athene had only one true servant of her will, you. But I would show her that I could enact her goal of purging my people's wickedness. I came here to make the city fall. But when we parted, she began to speak to me, and me alone, for the first time in all these years. She brought you here in accordance with her wishes. But though you are beckoned, you are not singular. I was beckoned in turn. You can alter the fate of my people, but to do so, you need a conduit, an offering. And that is the part I have come to play. You know the crimes I've committed to be here. These are the failings of my race. But kill me. Shift my fate here, and you will change the course of my people forever. The Hyperion was left by the gods. With the cipher in the hands of the beckoned, it amplifies a specific kind of magic. That would be the magic you wield. The power to change fate. The Hyperion will take your magic and reflect it, affecting all my people simultaneously. So we must show the gods that the time has come. Kill me, and you show our savagery can be beaten. You were beckoned to this, and so am I. Justice will be swift. Feel my wrath. You will die, beckoned. Feel Balin's embrace. Witness my strength. Feel Balin's embrace. Feel Balin's embrace. my strength. Feel my wrath! Witness my strength! You will die, Beckon!
You've done it. Anakatos has been killed. But that energy that came from you, it raised the Hyperion. Without its magic to support the structure, this whole temple is coming down. We need to get out of here. Be cautious in these lands. I hear you.
It is done at last. The fate of Anakatos, the surrogate of all the Colossi savagery, has been shifted. And as his fate was shifted, so was the fate of all the Colossi. Gone is the taint of savagery and barbarism. Thy work for me has finished, Beckon. Thou alone could do this, and as thou aided me, I am forever grateful. Thou hast freed this people, thee, Anakatos, Arches, beckoned, all, and the last, your faithful companion, Secondra. I beckon now. Her people need a leader for the glory that lies ahead. Secondra will be Primos.
We made it. And you've seen what has happened. The Hyperion soars within our city. We can never thank you fully for your strength. This armor is ancient, hallowed and strong, much like yourself, Beckoned. Take it. You have given us so much, I see the compassion and the influence the gods have had in my people's lives, my life, all along. What Arcais said to me on our last day together, what Athene said as we escaped the Hyperion Temple just now, these are no accidents. Your arrival, our meeting, Anakatos's betrayal and finding Arcais, these events were crafted intent. I see that now. And as you were beckoned to save my people, now I am beckoned to lead them. But I don't know if I can. She did. There is a legacy that I have left to fulfill, or so the goddess says. An old promise, but I mean to keep it. I may for a time, but only until there is one more suitable to lead. I have no taste for the office. But while I can, I should give this to you. No reward could truly thank you for your service, but we must try nonetheless. Now, let us return to the city together, Beckoned. Let us see the fruits of your labor. Be cautious in these lands.
I hope you find...
Hark! The hero of the festival! I'm preparing for a production of my latest masterpiece, The Humble, but I have been struggling to cast. Please, will you channel your divinity and tell me who Athene would have? I expected no less from them. They are all of splendid tragedy and quality, but their names are Rhode, Ariope, and Zotigus. Seek them out, and take this manuscript. It contains all the information you need to... He was my mentor. I apprenticed as a tragedian under Andronikos. I sharpened his Farewell.
Must it not seem?
My people owe you a debt, Beckoned.
My potions cure all wounds.